What's up, everybody? Zach Brace. I'm here at Training for Warriors Central in Webster Groves. And hey, I wanted to come at you with a quick tip today about one of the most important but maybe often overlooked variables when it comes to strength training, and that is the variable of tempo, or the pace at which we do a certain exercise, or the pace at which we do a certain rep of a certain exercise. So when we're talking about tempo, you know, it's not good enough just to tell someone, hey, you need to pay attention to your tempo, or hey, you need to go slower, or hey, you need to pick up the pace a little bit. We have to educate people on why it's important to have good tempo. So I wrote up on the board here some things that might help you get the concept of tempo, and it all starts with kind of laying out exactly what I think your muscles are responsible for when we do strength training. Number one, we have to stabilize the load. Okay, so we have to hold it in our hand and we have to stabilize it somewhere. Number two, we have to resist it. So on the way down, we have to take advantage of the lengthening cycle of the muscle, and we have to resist the load as we bring it down into the bottom position. Number two, we have to move it. Okay, so now we take advantage of the shortening cycle. The muscle contracts. We move it back up to the start so that we can get another rep. And I think if we're using correct tempo, we're going to get all three phases here, and we're going to get a really nice effect and a lot more bang for our buck whenever we have weights in our hands and we're trying to get stronger. So, and then if we don't use good tempo, we miss a few of these things, and then we don't get the biggest effect, and it takes us a lot longer to get to where we want to be compared to someone who is paying attention to their tempo. So, real quick, I'm going to show you some bad reps that use bad tempo, and then I'm going to show you some really good reps that I think take advantage of all these things on the board in order for you to get the biggest effect the next time you got weights in your hands and you're trying to get stronger in the gym. So here we go. And I'm just going to use the incline press. I think it's a good way to demo all three phases here. Everybody's seen one of these. If you're not doing them, you should. It's a great exercise for your chest, your shoulders, triceps. So first off, when we have it up here, we have to stabilize the load, okay? So our muscles have to fire to keep the weight stabilized above our shoulders. All right, number two, we have to resist it. So what we're looking for here is a nice, steady negative lowering, and then a big, powerful press up out of the bottom position. Okay, so I think that one of the phases that's often missed here is number two. People often won't resist the weight on the way down. So you'll see them do a good job of stabilizing the weight, but then they just drop it down to their chest and then they press it off. So it kind of looks like this, where they just let it plop down to their shoulders and then they drive it off. So not only does that put your shoulders under a lot of stress, but you're also missing a really big component to proper tempo, and that is resisting the weight. So again, you're opening yourself up to injury and you're not getting the most bang for your buck out of the exercise. So here's how we want it done ultimately. We want to stabilize the weight. We want to go slow on the way down, get the negative, and then press it up off the chest with some power. Stabilize, resist, move. Stabilize, resist, move. Okay? So those would be a couple good reps that I think incorporate good tempo. So the next time you have weight in your hand, whether it's on the squat or whether it's on the incline press, I want you to think stabilize, resist, move. Stabilize, resist, move. If you hit all three of these things, get all three, every set, every rep that you do for the rest of your life, it'll move you to your goals a lot quicker. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you on the next video.